Here's a truth nugget on why we went to war in Syria in 2013. Oil and pipeline geopolitics, the U.S.-NATO race for Syria's black gold. By Manilio Data Global Research, April 7th, 2013. Middle East and North Africa, U.S.-NATO war. Is Syria next? Syria's proven oil reserves, amounting to 2.5 billion barrels, are greater than those of all the neighboring countries except Iraq, according to the U.S. Energy Information estimates of its oil reserves. This makes Syria one of the largest producers of exporters of crude oil in the Middle East. The country also has large reserves of natural gas, hitherto used for domestic consumption, especially for conversion to gas-fired power plants. But there is a problem. The U.S. agency reported that since 1964, the license for the exploration of mineral deposits has been reserved for Syrian government agencies. Until 2010, an annual income of more than $4 billion was procured from the export of oil, particularly to Europe. But things are changing with the war. The Free Syrian Army has taken control of important oil fields in Deir ez-Zor, and other fields in the Malian are controlled by the Kurdish Democratic Union Party, who are also hostile to the rebels, with whom they have repeatedly clashed. Now don't forget, the rebels are created and funded by America. The U.S. NATO strategy focuses on helping rebels to seize oil fields with a twofold purpose: to deprive the Syrian state of revenue from exports, already strongly decreased as a result of the EU embargo, and to ensure that the largest deposits pass in the future through the rebels under the control of the big Western oil companies, just like I just said. Fundamental to this end is the control of the internal pipelines. This has been sabotaged by the rebels in several places, especially near homes where there's one or two refineries. But there's something strategically more at stake. Syria's role as a hub of alternative energy corridors through Turkey and other pathways controlled by the U.S. and the European Union. And don't forget, they blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. The War of the Pipelines has begun. During its invasion of Iraq in 2003, the U.S. destroyed the pipelines carrying Iraqi oil to Syria, but remained in use, however. Subsequently, in defiance of prohibition of Washington,